I'm Luca Betti and I'm the CEO, creator and owner of Kimera Automobili. My rules is quite complex because I have a friend that called me Ide of Kimera. I do everything for Kimera because of course when you are launch so little company in automotive, you are forced to do everything to develop the company. And so I'm now looking at every sides of the activities of Kimera. The history of Kimera started in my previous life of a racing driver. In 2007, I was a manufacturer official driver for Honda Yas Motorsport team, doing the intercontinental rally championship. It was a parallel championship during that years. I was with a 3 years contract, and in one moment Honda decided to stop all the activities in motorsport. So basically in Formula 1, I remember it was sold the Honda racing team F1 to Brown, that after won the World Formula 1 Championship in 2008. And my career of racer was stopped there, like manufacturer. So I was forced to change my mode of driving, and I decided to create my own team. So Kimera born in 2008. I started with manage my motorsport activity. But after a few years, it was very appreciated, the quality and the professionality of our team. And we managed a lot of important sportive programs like Abu Dhabi, the junior team of the government of Abu Dhabi, so with the Arab drivers, and also other little program for Red Bull Motorsport, Red Bull Media House, Ford, and Peugeot Sport. The concept of Kimera was at the beginning immediately for a motorsport team that evolved during the year. With also my activity in a sort of engineering factory that was aimed to restore the vintage car, the historical car, especially the Lancias, because of course we are from Italy, from Piemonte, and in our land our main brand is in the rallying absolutely is Lancia. And so considering I was arriving from this world, all my contacts, all my knowledge and expertise was into the rallies. After a few years, exactly in 2018, for sure I was inspired by our mate and competitor Singer vehicles when I saw for the first time the Porsche Singer DLS. And absolutely, I'm honest, this inspired me a lot because I saw how they was able to create a very special car, giving the soul of an old car, but all the details and technology of the modern cars. And so I say, okay, we can do the same with an Italian cars. And I was working into a Lancia 037 of one of my clients from Finland, and I started to, with a sort of Photoshop, taking pictures of all the Lancias and creating a mix to start to concept the idea of the EVO37. And it was immediately a clear concept that I had. I can say you that immediately I saw in my mind what I was aimed for. And after we proceeded to develop the car, and it was a real great adventure and journey that we do to arrive at the end, putting on ground these 4 wheels. Well, the name of Kimera has a long and deep history for me, because I was very decided to do something special in my life, and in that period I was involved to compete like a professional driver in rally, and I aimed to be a champion. And so I say to myself, okay, I want to make my way, I want to keep my road. So the initial of this mantra that I used was KMR. And for some years I put this initial in my helmets, in all my stuff. And KMR became Kimera. Kimera because there is a mythological animals in the Greek history that is a lioness with arms and the eagle's wings and snake tails. And it is a very powerful animal, fighted just the Bellerophon. And so this history, I did a humanistic study in the school, charmed me a lot, and I started to think about an animal that could be a symbol of our motorsport team. And more of this, Kimera in Italy has a meaning of a dream, and sometimes it's not always positive meaning, because when in Italy we say, oh, you followed your Kimera, we mean that there is a person that always follows a dream and never touch the ground. But in my opinion, follow the dream during the life is the best way to live. And so I love it immediately, this name, and I decided to keep with me in all the periods of my life. Maybe I have not exactly the memories, but the imaging, the pictures is always in my life, because I always see this picture that is a picture when I was just 2 years old, and my father was a rally champion with Lancia Stratos, competing in the Italian championship, and he won the championship, and he put me on the roof of the Stratos, and with the champagne he celebrated his winning. And I think that in my DNA arrive this kind of passion. I always was passionate of Formula One and Ayrton Senna. I think especially in my very young age impressed me a lot and gave me this sort of inspiration that driven my career. So I think that the life is an amount of the good memories that impressed your way. And for sure the creation of the car and making something concrete after my racing career create an history that I think is just born, and I really hope that continue in the next years. The concept of the Lancia EVO37 has a sort of payoff in the plaque we have on the back of the car, on the rear of the car, in which there is written Autentica Evoluzione. Autentica Evoluzione means an evolution, and an authentic evolution, and the meaning is extended not just to the car, but to all the people that worked on this project and on this car, creating it. In the same mode, Evoluzione is a term of Lancia. Lancia Delta Evoluzione, it was a typical car that all the passionate know very well. We started exactly with this philosophy, to respect deeply the soul of the car, the soul of the winning rally cars of the 80s, so with the 037, Lancia Delta S4, all the Delta, and having a huge respect of all the concept of the design, of the mechanic, and trying just to update, make an evolution of this concept thanks to the modern materials and the new technology we have today. We started with this project developing the old concept of the 037 and updating every details, but keeping the same way. We never changed something that was not into the old cars of Lancia. The engine, especially, was something that created a great connection between us and the past, because we involved in the project Engineer Lombardi, Claudio Lombardi, that was the same engineering that created all the Lancia 80s engines. And thanks to him, we create this engine that represents a connection between our modern technology, so with all the management by electronics and the new technology in the engine, and taking the inspiration from the past. So the crank, the base was scanned with the reverse engineering method, and we recreate a new engine exactly as was in the past, but of course with the new technology, and adding a lot of little details that improve it a lot. More of this, we take the concept of the 037, that was this 2.2 liters engine with the Volumex supercharger, and we had a turbo, exactly like in the Lancia Delta S4, so another current inspiration we take. We have now this engine that has an incredible power of more than 500 horsepower in just a little bit more than 1,000 kilo, 1,080. So the car is really impressive to drive and keep a lot of the soul of the rally cars of the 80s, even if everything now works perfectly like the modern car. So it is this philosophy that we always kept for creating our EVO37. The journey of design and creating the EVO37 was absolutely something new for every one of us. In our team we have young people. It's the first experience in creating a car, because even if we are considered a restomod, I think that we take the concept of restomod and we go to the extreme, because thanks to the scheme of the car we were able to change a lot more than other restomod. Even the engine, we are, I think, the only that create the engine from the scratch. I was absolutely surprised to how fast we create the car. I think it was incredible that in just 20% of our energies and period we create the 80% of the car. So it was so fast that just in 9th month we have the first prototype able to drive in the Festival of Speed 2021. After that, it was very incredible in the same way how long it takes to go on the production and checking every different activities, looking at creating something perfect in every detail. Because when you deliver a car, it's not the same when you will go to an expo just to show it or have a round trip. You have to be perfect, because the client, if not, will come back to say you, hey, this doesn't work. So the second 20% that we have to close to deliver the car to our client was more longer than the first 80%. This was something that surprised me a lot. A friend of mine that make the same process told me, and I didn't believe him so much, but now it's something that I learn, and for the future it will be very helpful to approach to another project. I know I'm Italian, so I'm very romantic, but this car it was loved so much from all the fathers that participate in this project and in this activity. So the love is the difference of this car, because every details was concept was studied very much and was discussed. We hit a lot of pizza and beer during the night to check every activities. We created something that is an expression of us. Being less romantic, for sure, consider the other restomod. I think that we exactly go in an extreme way of the philosophy of restomod. We created something that is not just a reimagination, but is a total new creation. So even if at the first look the car it seems very similar to the old one, is absolutely a completely new modern car, and the base that we started from is completely changed. So the deep transformation is something that changes and make a difference between us and all the other restomod. I think that this car impressed a lot to the people, the passionate, because the car guy, car lovers find again something of characteristic that in the modern sports car is not easy to find, because the aerodynamics, the rules now imposed to all the brand to make a sort of soapbox car, you know, very aerodynamic, efficient, but not so characteristic. Here when you see the rear wing and spoiler of our car, like the Dumbo Hearse, you immediately feel a different car, and this I think is something that impresses a lot the people that appreciate our car. Considering all the different details we searched in our car, there is no some particular detail, but a lot of details that I love so much. The rear wings, for example, has a hole, and there is a funny story behind this hole, because at the beginning the Lancia 037 don't has this hole under the rear big wing. And when I designed the car, I was looking, and I'm not a designer, you know, but I was looking at the car and thinking how to improve. And for me, it was a little much too heavy, this rear, no? And I say to my designer, okay guys, we have to make lighter, and let's make a hole, taking the lines of the rear windows and going open it this hole. And we do this for aesthetic reason. After, when we go in the virtual simulation of the airflow to check how was the car also in terms of aerodynamic, at the first seeing, the aerodynamics engineer say, oh, this rear wing is too much, it's not possible. But when they simulate the aerodynamics, they say, ah, guys, you did a very good job making this hole. And we say, yeah, we know this was for aerodynamic reason. But in effect, it was just for aesthetic. So it's a funny story that we have behind one of our particular. People that see first time our car in the picture say, wow, they appreciate it. The second wow is when the people see in the reality our car, because a lot of people told us that the pictures don't give the exact idea of what is this car. But the third and the biggest wow is when finally someone drive our car, because it's completely different from all the other sport car. And I think that this arrived from the origin of our EVO37, the rally. Because all the sports cars like Ferrari, Porsche, McLaren, Lamborghini arrive from an experience of circuit races. We don't arrive from the circuit, we arrive from the rally, the race on the normal road. In the corner of a circuit, you stay for a second. I mean, you stay for a long time into the corner. In rally, you always change the direction. It's more faster, the attitude of driving. And for example, if you think when a car slide in a circuit, it loses time, and a lot of time the drivers lose the line and spin off a lot. In rallying, every time the driver is going faster and faster, sliding. So this is the secret of our car. It's so fast in the change of direction, and when it slides, you are quite able to manage this sliding, and the pleasure of driving changed completely. I'm very proud that a lot of great drivers drive our car and say, wow, it's fantastic to drive. And this is the biggest wow I receive it, so I'm very proud of this. When you are into the race, you have rules. You have restriction, you have dimension, and here we didn't have, so it was nice that we were free to do whatever we want. And at the end, we develop all the different details to take the maximum of the performance, absolutely. But also we always kept in our mind that this is a road version car, so we search to make us also a comfortable car, searching a compromise that permit us to have a product that could be loved by the people that will have it. I'm very proud of the result we obtained, because I enjoy when I drive the car, and the car is easy to drive. We have always to think about that it's not a modern car, because the shell or the concept where we started from are old cars, so the car is little inside, but I'm tall and I fit quite good, even if of course it's better for smaller driver. The pleasure of driving is because you find immediately an easy way to talk with the car, because the connection you have on the throttle and on the rear axle is direct. You immediately, when you touch the throttle, you immediately feel it. And this is given because the car is pure. Don't follow all the rules that make it maybe the big manufacturer has to follow. And so it's an artisanal car. You feel the human touch behind every detail that you look at. The clients that arrive at us are not the clients that just want a car, a sport car. No, they are very finest, passionate automotive car lover that searches something more. And they find in our car something that immediately give them a lot of emotions into looking at, but the most emotion they have is when they drive. The sound is absolutely completely different between every other cars, and the smells and all the sensitive touching of the car give to the people and give to us something different. Consider to make a race car of EVO37 is a prohibited dream, because unfortunately there is no categories for the restomod. There is no categories for car that start from the old years, the 70s, the 80s, and are now updated. So of course it could be amazing, but unfortunately I think we have to keep this dream in a box, so it will be not possible to compete. We just have the pleasure of driving. Festival of Speed of Goodwood was a key point of our project, because I came to visit this festival just in 2018 for the first time, and I went to visit all the stand, and I saw there the first time in my life the Porsche Singer DLS that, as I told you, inspired us. In a sort of circle of life, when we close our project, we say as, okay, we present the car to the Festival of Speed of Goodwood of 2021. It was our key point, and for months we fight. We didn't sleep into the night because we was forced to arrive on time for the festival. And then I remember there was the problem of the COVID, the Delta variant, so till the last moment we didn't know if the Festival of Speed was able to go on. And at the end we arrived there and we exposed and we present to the world, thanks to the Lord of March, our car in the same place of the Singer when I saw it in 2018. So it was a really closing a circle and arriving to demonstrate to ourselves that it's correct to believe in our dreams and keep fighting for creating something special. And I think this is the best way that we obtain our target and our satisfaction. I think that in Festival of Speed of Goodwood you find the very finest people. I think in the high level, I mean people that work in automotive, but also the passionate people that just arrive to watch the event. All these people create an event incredible, special, that absolutely is fantastic to introduce to the world a car like we are, or create connection in this world. So if in the future we will have another project, and we have it, Festival of Speed will be one of our target to come, absolutely. Well, the future for Kimera Automobili now is focused on thinking to validate our product, to be able to go into production with high professionality and keep the timing of construction, because behind a project so big there are a lot of activity that a little company has to manage in a short time. So this will be a very huge challenge for us. And now we moved from a target of creating that was easier, because you could be more enthusiastic, and especially we Italian, we are more able to create and to plan. But now we have to demonstrate to be also like the Deutsch people, very straight on the focus and focus on the target, and be able to produce our cars in short time and in very high quality. This is the focus in which now I just want to look for this period. But of course I'm still a dreamer, and I have a clear project for the future. I would like to make Kimera to permit to become a brand, and I would like to leave the world of restomod, so this is our target, and going in a next level. I have also to keep my foot on the ground, and so I know that it is a long way. So after we will be able to satisfy all our clients in a short time and in very high quality, and make them happy because they believe in us, and I'm very grateful to every one of them. We will do something special, again keeping the good taste of the past, but make a reinterpretation in another way. So every time I think about it, I start to smile, but I know very well we already scratched something, and I think that if we will be able to do it, it will be another great journey. There is no particular moment in which I make a synthesis of the journey that permit us to build this car, but is an amount of different moments, and in any of these moments I think there is a human touch. When you create something that is unusual, uncommon, you attract, of course, crazy people, in terms of people that work on the project, people that buy our cars. And I think that the memories I have on this way is the little moments in which you create a very, very close connection to the other person that join you in what you are doing. And so I have good memories with all the guys during the night in which we were working non-stop to create the car. Very nice moment in the first time we unveiled the car. It was absolutely, I'm very happy and satisfied about what we did in these last years, and I hope that the future will be so challenging as what we do in our recent past.